to do my signature collar fix.
That way I know we're ready.
Okay, we're good.
Hi, and welcome back to InSecurITy.TV. I'm your host, Charles Henson. Today we have Scott Beck from Beck Tech up in Canada and David Ruddick from Insane Technologies in Australia. We're coming to you live today from Nashville, Tennessee. The topic today is going to be old hardware versus new products. What you should know about using those old devices, and are they hurting productivity? So David, what are some of the dangers of using old equipment with a lot of modern software today and technologies that are available to us?
Sure. So where I want to start with this came about from another discussion. And if we think back, you normally would buy like your VHS recorder, your DVD player, whatever, and you'd keep it until it dies or until you're forced to get the new technology, whether you're going from VHS to DVD, DVD to Blu-ray, CRT TV to LCD TV, and we have typically held on to that piece of equipment for as long as possible. Now we're in an age where technology is advancing so fast, but the mindset is still, let's buy it and let's roll it for as long as possible. And we've got people running old versions of iPhones, people running old versions of Android, which aren't being patched anymore there. And as a byproduct, they're really high at risk of some sort of exposure or malware. And it's time we change our mindset regarding keeping things until they die.
Well, I don't think people realize that it's really putting a bullseye on their back. So let's take a look at Windows XP.
Yeah.
At home or in the office setting, that operating system hasn't been supported in like 2 years. So there's been all these new threats that have come out on the internet that these computers are being exposed to. There's no protection for them. So that's very dangerous in the business world, and it's bad at home as well. And with a lot of new software coming out, guys, wouldn't you agree? It's just not compatible anymore with this sort of stuff.
This is true. It's not only that it's not compatible with the new software that's coming out, but if you look at Internet Explorer doesn't have the updates if you're not running the latest operating systems. So if you're still running XP, you're going to be running on an old Internet Explorer browser. Even Google Chrome is no longer supporting the older version of the Mac OS. So they're doing away with these softwares, and it's going to force companies to upgrade to newer equipment, newer operating systems. And to be honest with you, like even with Windows 10, to upgrade to Windows 10, yes. Does it look different? It looks a lot different. Are things in different places? Yes. Does it function? It does function. And it's actually more secure. With the new versions of Office that are coming out and the new versions of Windows, software patches are no longer an option, they're mandated. So Microsoft is pushing those patches out.
And we talk about it a lot. It's kind of like an arms race, right, guys? Like, yeah, the bad guys are trying to find out ways to get in and do bad things. With the ransomware, we talked about that before, and stolen identities. They're always looking for new ways in. Well, the good guys, or the white hats, the software developers, the hardware developers, they're trying to come up with new stuff to protect us from that. And if we don't take advantage of those new protections, we're leaving ourselves vulnerable.
Yeah, and let's even go in a different direction. So the business owner at home or the family member or whoever's trying to justify that spend, if you look at it, like for a business, a new computer might be $2,000. Over the course of 36 months, so 3 years, that's $13 a week.
You spend more than that on your coffee. If you go to Starbucks, I mean that's 2 grande coffee.
Yeah, and even look at it as even if they lost 5% of their efficiency over the course of the life of that computer, as a byproduct of the fact that it's not running as smooth, they can't have the new software, they can't use the new features, that exceeds that $13 a week. So we've got to move beyond for both a performance efficiency, taking advantage of new technology, and security. Unfortunately, start budgeting towards new machines.
Well, let's talk about that Starbucks for a minute. Instead of Starbucks, how much are you paying your employees per hour? So if you're paying your employees $15 to $20 per hour, and you lose 1 hour of productivity this month, then you should have bought the new machine and had it go over the life of the machine that cost. So, I mean, it's not just a matter of just being $13. It's a matter of how productive are your employees. And then what happens when that machine crashes or isn't as functional as it's supposed to be? What are your employees now doing? I'll tell you what they're doing. They're grabbing their phones and they're doing social media. Why? Because they're waiting on the device to respond to whatever it is they're doing, or it's not functioning the way it should be.
Yeah, we haven't even touched on the fact that with a lot of these older machines run the older software, you can't get parts for them anymore.
Yeah.
So when this thing goes down, it's down. So So now you've got to wait to run to a big box store to buy a computer. If you're in a business environment that's running servers or a lot of cloud, you can't use the home operating system. So now you got to get that upgraded. The point I'm trying to get to is that thing breaks. You could be down 2-3 days before you can actually have a fully functioning system back up and running again. So as Charles says, once you start talking about the hourly rate, it starts making a little bit more sense to be being proactive and getting those systems updated in advance.
But let me throw a little twist in there. We've been talking about replacing a device, a computer. What about the server that's sitting in your closet? If that thing is over 3 years old, think about how many rotations those hard drives have had.
Are you telling me I can't keep my server for 10 years?
Absolutely not. We recommend between 3 and 5 years replacing that server because those spindles are spinning all day, every day, 24 hours per day. And now let's think about it for a moment. If that server goes down versus the PC goes down, you have 15 employees or you have 50 employees. You're paying them $15 an hour times 50 employees, your server's down. Now what's it going to cost you for that thing to be sitting there in the closet, not functioning, and nobody has access to your business? Not only that, but what clients are calling, what appointments are being missed, what phone calls are not being made.
What sales aren't getting done because they can't do it. What happens when they answer the phone to get the data? What type of reputation damage is that? If you're running in an industry or a medical or something where people are expecting information right away, and I call into your office and I can't get that information, what kind of damage is that doing to the reputations of those companies?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and there is a bit of a problem though. You walk into a medical center, you walk into a lot of stores, and we're very used to people turning around and saying, I'm really sorry, but we're having computer problems. Wouldn't it be awesome if we could live in a world where you don't have that? You walk up to the desk and they go, yeah, hey, Mr. Henson, we've got you booked in here, go straight in, the doctor's got your results, and you're never experiencing that. And look, yes, we sell computers, but you can buy computers anywhere. This isn't about generating sales for us. This is about changing people's mindsets so that we are actually proactive about what we're doing. And it would be a beautiful thing. We'd probably be out of business.
Well, there's another analogy I've been using with some people. Think about Windows XP. That came out in the year 2001. The same year that the iPod came out. How many people are still using your first generation iPod? Are you still on the first iPhone, or are you on iPhone 5 or 6? Why doesn't your computer, which is your main working tool, get updated like your toys?
It's your money generator. Sorry, David.
No, you're right. My ego requires me to have the latest iPhone so that all my friends think that I'm doing really well for myself. That's why.
Yeah, but I would think they also need to be keeping the business going really well. So you need to be looking at those things in advance and be proactive.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. You look at your systems, you look at how old they are, you look to see what new updates are out there, and you go out there and you take the initiative to make it happen. Now, there's different service providers that provide just installing the servers, the PCs, and then there's the hardware as a service, where you can actually rent the devices and use it on a low monthly fee, and therefore there's no capital expenses.
Do you think we can budget for this, Charles?
Absolutely, you can budget for it. So you know exactly what you can be paying every single month.
I didn't know small businesses budgeted.
Yeah, it's rough.
They budget when there's a crisis.
We're joking. You budget for your human resources. You know how much your people are going to cost. You know how much your insurance is costing for your building. You know how much your heat is going to be. How much your rent is. How much is your IT? And is your company based around IT? Can you live without those computers running? Most businesses nowadays can't.
Yeah.
So it's a topic. It's a budget that they really got to be adding to or a line they need to be adding to the budget.
Yeah, and stop having the budget and the capital expense come out of your savings after you've had a disaster. You really got to be proactive in maintaining these systems, because let me tell you, hackers and scammers are working 24 hours a day. They have machines that are trying to attack your network so that they can infiltrate your systems. And if you're not keeping your systems up to date, it's just a matter of time. It's not if, it's a matter of when you get attacked.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. We preach usually about security. This may not seem like a security aspect, but this is so integral in that whole holistic approach.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if the operating system isn't supported, the browser isn't supported, you can't get the updates. Now somebody can maliciously take over that control of that PC, and they can be using it to make purchases online. We had one client that they had an older home computer. the PC was compromised because it didn't have updated software on it. And what we found is the scammer, the hacker that hacked into the machine, was logged in as Sandra, and which is not the home user's name. So they set up their own profile, and they were making purchases with stolen credit cards in excess of $1,000. They would make 3 purchases, and then they would go to a different website, make 3 more purchases using a separate stolen credit card. So it's just not a matter of, is my system old and should I ignore it? It's a matter of making sure that you have your system up to date.
Bullseye.
And it's up there because you are the bullseye. All right, guys, that's all the time we have today. Thanks for watching us on InSecurITy.TV. See you next week.